I think Trump's ability as an orator, as like him or hate him, the way he does it.
Yeah.
But he's charismatic in so many ways, and like I think he likes getting under people's skin. I think he likes generating.
I mean, he plays a great heel.
The way he does, yeah, it's amazing and it's genius.
WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H recently landed in some hot water when he made comments about U.S. President Donald Trump on the Flagrant podcast with Andrew Schulz. And while these comments should not necessarily come to a surprise to most wrestling fans, they have seemingly taken the entire wrestling community by storm. And in this video, we are going to take a look at exactly what Triple H had to say, whether or not what he had to say was accurate, and more importantly, how should people feel about all of this? Buckle up, everyone. This is going to be a ride. I'm Umar Q for Real Take Wrestling. This is my channel. Be sure to smash that thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. All right, let's dive in. As is tradition during WrestleMania week, Triple H made the rounds in several key media interviews, one of which was with Andrew Schulz's Flagrant podcast, where he eventually, during a very lengthy conversation with Schulz, said a comment about Donald Trump that had everyone talking on Twitter. And here is what he had to say.
I think Trump's ability as an orator, as like him or hate him, the way he does it.
Yeah.
But he's charismatic in so many ways, and like I think he likes getting under people's skin. I think he likes generating.
I mean, he plays a great heel.
The way he does, yeah, it's amazing and it's genius, and it worked in our business. Do I think he got that from our business? I think he innately understands that. It's been his whole life. You think about that, like why there's a lot of billionaires in the world, I suppose. And why was he the most famous one? Why was he the one that was in People magazine every week and, with everybody under the sun? Why was he seen as the epitome of that, that billionaire sort of status and all that stuff? Because of his charisma and his character and who he is and the way he can speak about it and do all those things. He just captivates people, and I think it's why he is where he is.
Controversy ensued in the fallout of these comments, as many wrestling fans took this as quite the endorsement by Triple H of Donald Trump, his regime, and everything that's going on in the country right now. And I am here to tell you that that's not necessarily the case. Yes, I want to be clear. Triple H is very, very buddy-buddy with Donald Trump, it would seem. They have been seen together at UFC shows. They have been seen together in the Oval Office. Triple H was even at Linda McMahon's confirmation hearing, seemingly to be there as an endorser of that agenda and of Linda and whatever her future actions are going to be in the Department of Education. All of that is known, all of that is out there. These comments, however, had a little bit more to do with Donald Trump being an effective orator, which is true. Donald Trump is an effective orator. The man is the president of the United States, and a large reason for that is because to a certain subsect of the population, he was very appealing, and he is an effective orator in that way. So, not going to take umbrage with the accuracy of Triple H's statement. I do think it's pretty accurate. Now, as far as should Triple H be saying this is in the eye of the beholder. You're going to have people who say that nothing Triple H said was wrong morally or otherwise. You're going to hear people say that Triple H is a horrible racist and all that fun stuff. Now, here's the truth of the matter. The reality is Triple H's comments do not matter, or they matter very little in the grand scheme of things, because the fact of the matter is Triple H has already done stuff to show you who he is. No one should be shocked that he is endorsing or is at least complimentary of Donald Trump. But that should be a surprise to absolutely nobody on this earth. He, like I said before, has been seen with Trump in the White House. He has been at Linda McMahon's confirmation hearing, both actions which I think are far more detrimental and damning than simply saying that Trump is a good orator or whatever. Now, there is a certain part of Triple H's comments that I do have a problem with, and that is that it belittles the true impact of Trump's actions to just simply heat. That is not just heat. When you are committing a genocide in Gaza, that is not just heat. When you are kidnapping, blackbagging people in broad daylight, people who are legal residents in the United States, that is not generating heat. That, my friends, is just pure fascism. And I know I just lost a lot of people here, and you're about to click out, you're about to comment in there. Do it. Do it. The fact of the matter is, Triple H's comments do not matter in the grand scheme of things. I totally understand being upset. Even I let out an emotional release on Twitter about this earlier. However, the fact of the matter is, if you are truly upset by this, then I think complaining on Twitter is not enough. You got to go and take action in some other way. And by that, I mean organize in your local community. Go and support people who are actually going to do fundamental change and not just do lip service to you, right? These are things that are tangible that you can do, that you can actually help to improve things. And that is not to say that people don't have the right to be upset. If you did not know that Triple H was already pretty complimentary of Donald Trump before, you probably would be really mad if you're a WWE fan and you didn't like Donald Trump. That is fact, right? But if you are someone who was kind of already aware of this, again, I ask you, are you really surprised? And I also hope that you would do other things than just go on Twitter. There's nothing wrong with complaining on Twitter, as I said before, but I also don't hope it ends right there. It needs to go further than that. You really need to get involved with the process if you want to make fundamental change that is going to help all of us be better. And I think right now, if you're someone who's mad about Triple H, if you're someone who's mad about these comments, if you're someone who's mad about Trump, I got one word for you: organize. And I know that this video probably just lost me a bunch of people, but it is what it is. This was a really interesting thing that happened when these comments took off, and I thought I'd give my 2 cents about it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section. I'm sure there are going to be very rational comments in there. Be sure to smash that thumbs up if you haven't already done so. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. And remember, fuck fascism.